All right, welcome to Journey of Me Garden. Today I'm looking at my tree collards, and what I'm doing is I'm actually staking them because I noticed that this tree collard that is located here was actually leaning over. It was actually all the way over here off the raised bed. So what I did is I just made sure that I put in one of these stakes, and this stake I definitely just got from Home Depot, and I made sure that I definitely wanted to straighten up this plant a little bit. This is a really hardy tree collard. Now, if you're watching this video, I haven't seen a tree collard that looked quite like this. I need to look at the seed label, and it did say tree collard, but I'm not sure. So, but it's growing definitely like a collard green tree collard would grow. It's maybe a different variety. This one looks more like the ones that I'm used to. It's nice and purple, and it has purple leaves during certain parts of the year, then it goes green. This is the cool weather, so during the cool weather season, um, I noticed that I get more of a purplish color of some of my other tree collards that I have on the other side of the garden, but these are, they kind of maintain the green look. Maybe it's just something to do with our zone. I'm in Northern California, so not sure if that's the reason why, but there you have it. These are the tree collards, and they're growing, and I want to keep them staked. And also what I do is I want to keep the airflow really, open here. So I remove some of the dead leaves that were here. I can use that for the compost, so I'm going to keep that. Then I noticed I also had an issue with snails. So I did put some salt down, and that's why you see holes in the plants like that. It's because you got snails actually eating the plant, especially some of the younger tender plants, which I'll talk about in one sec. But this is a young tender one that is growing, and it's under the shadow of the bigger one. But I noticed that it ate some of the holes, so I put some salt down, and I'll maybe talk about that in the future, how to deal with pests. But I noticed when I put salt down, just like you see here, now I'm seeing a lot of shells. So I guess it did do its job. It actually removed some of the issues that I am having with having snails on this part of the raised bed. But at the end of the day, I am still trying to keep them staked and actually leveled out. So I am using a kind of an elastic. Um, uh, I forgot what this stuff is called, but this is basically, instead of using a string, I use this. I bought this also, and I'll put a link in the description. But this is very helpful, and you can see I've been using it for a while. Got a big roll of this. It's kind of like this elastic plastic tape. Maybe I'll remember whenever I launch this video, but this is very helpful to actually tie it to the stakes. So I'd get these stakes from Home Depot, and then of course I bought this online, and I basically get it in bulk because I know I use it year after year. So what I do is just tie it, just do a loop around and tie it, and it's very elastic, so you don't need a lot. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm just giving you an update on the tree collards. They're growing, they're looking really good. Another thing I like about being out here during this time of the year is that I have some squirrels up here, and the squirrels, you don't see them now, but they're fighting over during the cool weather. They put some caches up in the tree, and a cache is basically just a reserve of stuff that you can see the squirrel that is right there. There's a cache of food up there, and squirrels, they keep a bunch of food that they harvested, and they put it up in the tree. But you can see that some of them, they kind of fight. And what's funny about this is you have 3 or 4 squirrels, and they spend all day fighting over the cache, and one will be on one side of the tree while the one that's protecting will be on the other side of the tree, and you can even see them sneak up and steal each other's cash. So it's pretty cool to sit out here in the garden. One of the rewards of sitting out in the garden is seeing just other, life and creation that's out there, and the way that they act and respond. they're so used to me that they even come up very close to me now because they just see that I'm a part of the garden, but they don't actually respond to me anymore. So they go about their day to day, whatever business. So that's really it. Just wanted to really share. If you definitely are growing tree collards, this variety, if you ever see this variety, let me know. Normally, I'm used to the more purplish variety like that, but I love tree collards. They very sustainable, and you can see these don't have as many holes in them because some of these newer leaves haven't been exposed to the snails that have grown up, that have climbed up and ate the leaves. But I'm happy with it. So I'm gonna keep growing it year after year and see how well it does. And I may even start breaking off pieces and propagating them in the future. So if you're growing tree collards, definitely let me know what variety this is. Or do they all look like this? Is this the way that they're supposed to look? Um, If not, just let me know if there's something else, and I'll definitely make an adjustment to my plan. When you have so many seeds and you're growing stuff in your garden, you do forget, or you may mislabel something, or you may, mishandle some of the seeds. But always staying open and sharing is the key. I know that there's some form of a green, but maybe there are a different variety of tree collards. So just let me know if you're growing any and if you're doing the same. All right, talk to you later. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe. This is the Journey of Me, our garden experience.